All right, what is up, everyone? As some of us may know, Ultimate Summit 3 has just ended and it gave a rise to a few characters. See a bunch of ages, and Diddy Kong won the entire event, with another Diddy Kong placing in the top 8. One character in particular that we all thought was very strong kind of underperformed, and that character is Min Min. So I'm going to analyze some dabuz sets and see if that character is maybe a little more overrated than we may think. And let's get into it. All right. Before we get into this, there's a couple notes that should be taken into account when you're playing this matchup. Note number one: when Wolf hits Min Min, it's a bad time. You're gonna take a million, and if you get put on the ledge, you might lose your stock. Okay. Note number two: Wolf's short hop is perfect for going over the arms, unless you angle Ram up. You can also do a close megawatt, but if he decides to do, like, you can like wait and see if he short hops and do megawatt. So, but if he decides to nair, it will go through, and then you lost the situation. Knowing that, I don't know if you all can see my mouse. You can. Okay. If Wolf's right here, this is the perfect distance for him, and you either need to make him uncomfortable by moving forward or moving backward, but you can't stay in place. Number 3 is Wolf's a fast faller, so he does get hit by some forward throw stuff that forces him to tech, but his tech roll is very, very long, and it can make you a little uncomfortable if you're not used to it, because he can end up behind you, and if he decides to roll away, you don't really get anything guaranteed. So you can't really cover like every option like you can against most characters with her when you land like in a forward throw. And thing number 4 is his airspeed is really, really good. So if he decides to do a full hop, you cannot swing until you're in a position where you can anti-air with like up tilt, up smash, neutral air, or up air. The thing is, if he still has his double jump, sometimes it's just better not to swing and just position yourself for like dealing with his landing. Kind of after that, it becomes like a player versus player thing. Like if they're going to decide to do a lot of double jumps to bait out, or if they're deciding that they just want to full hop and go in. Sometimes they just full hop to close the distance to get to that uncomfortable area where you need to commit to going backward or forward. And that can be a little rough. But if you know they're doing that with no intention to hit you, that's when you can go up there and hit them. Whew. So that's like the beginning of the matchup. Like that's what you should know going into it. You can reflect laser and it'll always hit him if you're looking for it. But if you're looking for it and he decides to start jumping around and stuff, then it could be a bad time. Also, one huge note is if he ever gets in a distance to where he can dash attack and cross up your shield, then you can't do anything to punish it, and then you're in an awful position because he's behind you and you're shielding. And you have to like make the next action first. And I think that's like everything for the most part, like going into the matchup, which you should know. And then it's just figuring out like player habits. So yeah. So the Buzz try and keep him at a distance. He's doing a pretty good job. Like he's not letting him in or anything, but he got hit and now he's on a ledge and it is a bad time. Ow. 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 And you're back off stage on the ledge. Bad time. Now he gets out the situation, but he starts immediately choosing options. Like he's kind of like panicking. He did like 2 dash attacks, down tilts, like just trying to like hit him and give himself space. But once he like missed the down tilt, he could have started running backwards. Wolf doesn't have like crazy ground speed, so he would have had to commit to the jump first. Probably did a good job. Diana F throw up. And now we're in a good spot. As the Buzz, like we can control the pace of the game. No, see that's what I mean. You can't like swing if Wolf decides to jump because he swung, and it was with Ram, so he had no way of covering the 45-degree angle. That's her blind spot. Did a good job like covering the platform when he knew he was gonna land there, but he didn't really get anything off of it. Normally, if you want to cover the platform, you want to go for like a Ram there or something instead of like a Dragonair. He also moved a little bit too far forward. Very early down air, very scary. And at this point, you should just disengage. Yeah, nice. Huh? Charlie's doing a great job of not like overcommitting or anything, just taking his time. Like a lot of shielding, a lot of jumping, a lot of maneuvering around the arms, shooting some lasers just to make the Buzz uncomfortable and look out for it. And like that, he's already at 70. The Buzz like didn't let the Ram Ram rip very early. He's probably looking for a side B. Luckily he gets the Megawatt Nair, but he's a little far behind. But his Min Min, I always feel like you can like come back. That should have been a falling Nair into any confirm. Again, falling Nair into like Ram Ram F tilt, Ram Ram F smash would have put him off stage and it would have been around 40. He's like landing like falling Nairs but not getting big damage off of him. Charlie's always DIing those F throws up. Actually can't punish that. Just have to disengage. That's like a huge weakness of Min Min's. If like you hit the back of her shield, she really doesn't have good punishes for it. Ow, it's gonna be a bad time. He was looking for Fair Flash. Here he should roll. Got away with the jump, but he hasn't rolled from the ledge really at all. And that's something I've noticed about DaBuzz's gameplay is you have to tell them like that you're gonna roll from ledge just so like you can get space for your other options. He's just having a really hard time like getting any meaningful damage. Like he's landed like falling Nairs and not gotten any follow-ups. Okay, here we go, and it's just too committal. If you throw Dragon Arm first, then you can hit the ledge, and if they do jump, then you're fine. Okay, I'll give it up. A little too far for the Dragon 2 frame. Looks like he has the ideas for a lot of things, but he's just not in the right position. And F tilt. He can't recover. Yeah. Once that happens, it could have been a million things. He could have just shot laser. He could have done Nair. He could have done like infinite things. I'm gonna go back to this match in particular and like point out a few like very specific things that I saw that could have changed, like definitely changed the tide of the match. But first things first, like when you get here in this position, well, actually, can I go back like a little bit? 5 seconds. And you throw both arms. When you throw an arm, like both arms, and then you jump, you should always be looking for what the opponent wants to do. So like before you decide that you're gonna throw another arm, before you decide that you're gonna do neutral air, before you decide that you're gonna air dodge, before you decide you're gonna double jump, you have a little bit of time because of this amount of space right here where you can decide like, okay, well, if they decide to dash forward, then maybe I can like jump and move forward. If I start falling and they dash forward and it looks like they're gonna go for like a grab or something like that, then I can do like double jump and just see what happens. And if they do grab, then I land a falling Nair and I get big damage, right? But DaBuzz very often will throw both arms and jump and then decide before anything happens that he's just gonna throw 2 more arms. So he throws an arm, like he starts to do forward air, and then he gets hit by dash attack, which confirms to F tilt, and he got hit out of his jump, so he had to go low, and that's when he took all this damage. He took 77 from that. Just from like that one small decision. He got put in a position where he only took like 20 something off the initial hit, but he got put in like a very bad position because Min Min on ledge against Wolf just usually leads to more damage. So he ends up taking 77, and then he's back off stage again. So he has to figure out how to get off ledge again. Whenever you land a hit as Min Min, and like as most characters in this game, you should have your jump setups ready. So him swinging here and Charlie jumping over it, this will always happen. Like if you decide to swing in this position after F throw and Wolf jumps, this will always 100% of the time happen. So he swung and then he got cooked. So just like not being aware of like setups like after jumping, and from this distance, like once you throw arms 1 or 2 or 3 times, they're gonna stop like trying to approach from the ground, right? Because they're just tired of it. They're like, most people will. They just especially if they're playing Wolf, jumping's just like significantly better. And it like puts it more on Min Min to have the right the ability to cover like Wolf jumping than it normally does, where Min Min puts it on most characters to for Min Min to be able to deal with like her just throwing arms, right? So he's like jumping a bunch. And this is where dabuz should like stop throwing arms and start looking for nairs or start looking for landing traps. But he like continues to throw arms and then he gets punished. Like really small interactions like that can change the tide of a game, because one, he got put at 77, and then two, he's just been taking straight hits and getting put in positions where like he can lose the stock. Not that like he is losing a stock, but like he can lose the stock. So those are like the biggest things. Like when you're on the right side of the stage and like a character, especially like Wolf, but most players do this, and I'll probably mention it in other sets of dabuz I watch, especially on PS2. If you're in the corner, they're more likely going to try to approach from the platform. He covered it there, but like it's very important to know that, just because you can get a lot of anti-airs. Like he did it again. But it's important to know that because once you start covering the platform enough, like they should stop. Some people don't. One thing about his ledge trapping, he's actually standing a little too close here. If he was standing like, if his front foot was right here, then the dragon would still hit the ledge, and then Megawatt would still cover this area. So if he decided to do neutral get up, and you can't roll past either. So generally they have to jump, but he goes for Megawatt F smash. Generally, if your ledge trapping is Min Min, you want to throw like at higher percents. You want to throw dragon first to like try to catch him hanging on the ledge. And if that doesn't work out and you see them neutral get up or roll, then you just react. And if you see them jump, then you just like disengage from the situation because they got out right. Megawatt is just way too committal. Like you're basically saying like, I know you're going to jump at this timing or do neutral get up at this timing, and you're behind, so you don't have to. You're behind, but you're close to taking the stock, right? So you don't have to like force the stock out. Like if you landed a dragon tilt here, then you could go for the 2-frame again. If you get it, then it's an even game, right? If you don't get it, then you have a ledge trap opportunity, and this is just so committal, and it will lead to like you taking big damage. So yeah, big damage, and you're on the ledge again. Everything you hate in this matchup is happening. We're way too close, and you like being that close as Min Min tells people what you want. Like you're looking for like dragon, you're looking for like not dragon, I'm sorry, like a ram or Megawatt or like any sort of nair, or you're looking for a down tilt. You're usually not looking for anything else if you're that close. But when you're further away, there's so many things you can do. Like you can pretend like you're going to do like the dragon tilt at the ledge, or like charge ram, and then you can do dash up jump nair or something like that, and that'll catch the jump. Because as I said earlier, if you're doing like the dragon tilt into the Megawatt and then they decide that they want to jump, it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna stand at this distance, wait a second, because they're probably gonna jump to get out of the situation and then go for the nair, and I might get the stock. Probably did a good job of like recognizing that and air dodging. It was actually a really good air dodge. There again, he landed the nair and didn't get any damage off of it. You could even do like, if you're scared that the ram tilt won't connect and you think you'll get punished, you just do nair dash attack, sends Wolf at a really good angle off stage, and you get a ledge trap and edge guard opportunity. So we're just missing like opportunities a lot. Okay, and no. Okay, so I mentioned ledge trapping at higher percents, but let's go to ledge trapping at lower percents. There's a few things you can do. You can like do charge ram smash. Um, which all you really have to do is react. You literally just react. If you see them jump, you let go and hold up. If they hold on to ledge for a little too long, you let go and hold down. Otherwise, you just let it go. It's pretty easy. Does a lot of damage. It can lead to stocks at early percents too, because it can confirm into like Dragon Smash, or Dragon Laser. If you have powered up Dragon Laser, then it can confirm that. So I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, Min Min ledge trapping. So if one is just like doing the charge ram smash, it's really easy. It's probably the first ledge trap that every Min Min should learn. It's really powerful. Then from there, you can start doing like throwing just ram to cover jump and neutral get up, and then like confirming off of that. That's a little harder to do because you have to hit confirm if you land it, and that opens up a lot of people rolling because they're tired of getting hit by hit out of their jump and then neutral get up. And if it can open up the roll and you do that same ledge trap with ram, then you can do like ram tilt and the dragon smash. You get a lot of damage. If you don't have ram out and you have megawatt out, it's best to honestly either just do the high percent ledge trapping, or low key just try to cheese them. If you have time to set it up, just charge megawatt smash, because if you time it correctly, you can cover everything. It's just a little hard. You do have to have enough time to set it up, because if you charge it, then the hitbox on megawatt, it goes from like this to this, so it can hit and it lingers really long, so it can hit a lot of animations if like it takes too long. So if they hold on to the ledge for a little bit, like they're like, oh, I'm just gonna wait this out, and you like time it, then it can hit their neutral get up and jump at the same timing if you release it. And if they roll, then you just cover it with dragon tilt, and then you're fine, and you get the situation over again. But you should probably switch to ram after that, because they're either probably gonna jump or they're gonna go back to the ledge, but this time you have time to set up ram's probably the best at low percent ledge trapping. And there are a few characters that doesn't work against though, like Sephiroth, Ridley, Ike, Cloud, Ganondorf. They can just hold ledge and like avoid that situation completely. The buzz ledge trapping so far has been like throw one ram, and that's it, or throw like a nair, or from like a certain distance. He's like standing really close, and it's like throw nair or throw down tilt, and it's like it's more committal, like 100% more committal than just throwing arms from near the middle of the stage, and it's about the same reward. So I think that's pretty much it. Like I think a few changes in his game plan and he definitely would have been okay. You do want to go to another set of debuzzes where I feel like he definitely like played much better. Okay. So, sorry. All right. So, a couple things going into this matchup that you need to know. It's actually easier to two frame with charged dragon, than it is to do with ram. Roy's short hop is also pretty good for getting over the arms, but not nearly as good as Wolf's. Min Min's dash attack is really good at anti-airing Roy's short hop ends, and if they DI it incorrectly, then they have to tech and they could take a lot of damage. It's actually okay to be aggressive off stage against Roy because his recovery sucks. Whereas like Wolf, he has too many mix-ups, and his aerial drift forward and backward is strong, where like Roy's is only strong forward. Like if he starts holding forward, he's not gonna like change and start drifting backward really quickly like Wolf would. Roy likes to jump. He's not gonna get big damage off of anything that he starts on the ground. unless he's at like, unless you're at like 50 or 60%, where down tilt starts leading into potential techs if you don't DI up. So you know most of his damage is going to come from forward airs and nairs. But he does have pretty decent grab follow-ups, and his throws do put you in pretty interesting positions where he can capitalize pretty well. So you do need to watch out for grabs. Otherwise, like, you're probably not going to be getting hit by like space like F tilts or run up side Bs or anything like that. It's mostly just going to be grab, forward air, nair. And if you're on like, if you're like under a platform, fall through up air. Maybe if he's like in a weird disadvantaged situation, he'll do like landing side B or something like that. But for the most part in neutral, just know you're probably going to get hit by forward air, nair, grab. Why is Dragon better than Ram Ram? Does Ram Ram clank or is just a hitbox? Both. Sometimes Ram Ram clanks, but Dragon just sort of like, Dragon just like sits there, like it like goes out, it's like ooh, and then it just sits there and then it retracts. But like Ram Ram's always moving. So like if Roy decides he wants to like kind of mix up his timing, you just throw it and it sits there and then he grabs and then it hits him. And if Roy does decide to like go high or something like that, you still have Ram Ram to hit him back off and you can go for it again. When you're in disadvantage, sometimes it's okay, and I actually meant to mention that when dabuz was planning against Charlie. Sometimes it's okay to just take follow-ups. Min Min's on the heavier side of the cast, and it's fine to just take some combos instead of like air dodging into potential resets. So yeah, like if let's say Roy did like double up air, it's fine to just take like the back air, the forward air, the up air, the third, like as the third hit, then trying to like air dodge through it, because you'll just get smoked. Like you'll probably end up taking infinitely more damage. And if you try to jump, and let's say you got hit by Sour Spot up air, you're in an awful position. So, yeah, know that Roy's gonna be jumping a lot, and you should be able to deal with that. So let's see how this goes. So right off the bat, he jumps to the platform, dabuz throws 2 arms, gets smoked. So now we're in a weird position, and it's really hard to get off ledge. That's just the matchup. That's Min Min as a character. Okay, no punish. And he's throwing arms again. So before going, here's a little backstory. Before going into this, I told dabuz, I was like, look, dude, like, it's fine if you throw arms from certain ranges. If they're on the ground, it's fine if you throw arms from certain ranges. But if they're in the air, you can't. Like, you literally can't. It's just too dangerous. You just get smoked. Like, it's not worth like the like 12% that you get from like landing or like Ram, like the tip of Ram into Dragon. It's just not, because you end up taking like 50. So it's better to just like try to like use your empty movement, use your anti-airs, like make them uncomfortable. Like you have good buttons outside of just throwing the arms. Like Nair is essentially Cloud Nair, a little smaller from Smash 4. It's about the same as Cloud's Nair in this game. Up tilt and up smash are really good anti-airs. Like, and all of these things, like, beside, like, not up tilt and up smash, but Nair leads to like follow-ups. You have down tilt. Down tilt is like actually has invincibility on the legs. So you can actually use down tilt to anti-air sometimes. And some of these things like lead to follow-ups, and then you end up getting more damage. And then up tilt and up smash just lead to weird positions because they don't want to land on you again because you have up tilt and up smash, right? So like it opens up a lot more gameplay. So as we're throwing arms, I first started watching this and I was like, I can't believe he's still doing this. Okay? No. If you land a move that will put them in a tech situation, you should have a follow-up ready already. Boom. As soon as this landed, this is what I'm thinking. All right. They're either going to DI up, but she kind of like DI like up and away, but like DI straight up and jump out of it, or they have to tech. So I'm just going to move forward and try to cover both. So like here, I'm just doing like move forward, ram smash. Why? Because it covers everything. If they decide that they want to tech roll away, it would have hit. If he decided he wanted to roll in, then Dragon would have hit him and he would have had to tech again. And if he teched in place, then it would have hit and you would have gotten the follow-up with Dragon.
Like cursed it and then fixed it. Like,
nice. See, now we're not throwing our... One thing about Min Min is staying ambiguous and like staying mobile. He just threw arms 3 times in a row. Like, hold on. One, 2, 3. Got smoked. No, okay. We punished the platform drop. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I don't feel that. I'm not gonna lie. I don't feel it. It worked, but I don't feel it. Because it's the same thing he was doing against Charlie. That was getting punished. It just happened to work this time.
Dash attack is one of Min Min's like most like amazing moves.
That is correct, Tweet. You see how he's like using Nair and like he's like being a lot more patient. He's not just like swinging arms, and Kola's not like, oh, I have a direct way to get in by just jumping over it. He's like, Kola actually is sitting there trying to figure out how to play neutral, and then dabuz decides to swing here and he gets a punish. And now we're doing a lot better. Like, look at this Nair usage in neutral, and look how hard Kola is like struggling to get free damage. Like, we're playing a lot more mobile, a lot less committal. That dash grab was insane. Okay. Ah, grab is scary. That sucks. But like the difference between the beginning of that game for dabuz and the end of that game for dabuz is like substantially different, because he started out the game like getting hooked, but he started bringing it back when he started playing like a lot more safe, swinging arms less, like using a lot more Nair, moving around, landed a few dash attacks. He got a little greedy with some of the grabs. I don't think going for grabs are worth it that percent when we're like, for you, when you're at higher percents, it's not worth, because it's just easy to react to, and players like Kola will react to seeing the grab. When you get to this distance against your opponent, there's almost no reason to swing, because if you throw swing, when I say swing, I normally just mean throw your arms, because they're already shielding. Roy can't hit you here unless he full commits into doing like a dash in Nair, or if he does like a dash in forward air. But both of those can be covered by dashing back, right? So once he dashed back once, he shouldn't have swung again, because the worst thing that can happen is Roy decides to jump and you just dash back, or he decides to do a short hop. Short hop and commit, and you just dash back and you're fine. If he does full hop, then you're out. You can just go onto the platform. And if he rolls, then you just react to the roll. But the moment you press something, you lock yourself into having to jump or throw another arm. And because there's nothing like threatening that Roy can do at this distance, throwing your arm here is always bad. Like, it's always bad. Unless for some reason you have this obscene read, they are just going to literally just drop their shield and do nothing. I don't know why they would do that, but if you have that read, then good on you. But that's not what happened. Instead, he shielded the second one and rolled, so he got punished for it. Like, again, there he was behind Roy at like kind of a decent distance, where Roy could have done like back air out of shield, but he decided to do something. He grabbed this time, and again, Kola rolled behind it. There's just a few micro situations like he needs to work on, in my opinion, and he will be golden. I do think his neutral is pretty solid. He's like decentish confirms, but they also think those could use like his extensions use a little work, and his less trapping is something. But who knows? I haven't played these players. I haven't played Kola. I haven't played Leo. I haven't played all the players that he's losing to. So it's really hard for me to say. Like, I haven't played Charlie. So who knows? Like, maybe I would get smoked if I played them too. But regardless of that, I do see the situations as just like situations. And obviously there's like information flowing back between both players. But the way that the information's being handled by dabuz is not my favorite.